Hi Aquarius, this is Natalie from Inspired Alignment. I am coming to you today to bring you a reading for the last half of September. So this reading is going to be from now until the end of September. I am starting off with Aquarius because I was unable to complete the readings for the first half of September for all of the signs, and I left off on Capricorn. So Aquarius, I'm going to start with here. I know that a lot of people have been dealing with some pretty intense energies over the last couple of weeks. That is part of the reason why I was unable to complete the readings like I wanted to. So hopefully you can take some messages from this that will help you throughout the rest of September. I think that things are kind of starting to settle down a little bit. So this reading is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to pull 3 cards. Well, maybe sometimes I'll pull more, but I'm going to pull some cards on your energy and the things that you need to know for these next 2 weeks. Maybe some things you're dealing with or some things that may come up during these next 2 weeks. And then I'm going to pull another set of cards for a possible person that you could be dealing with. So this could be a person in a intimate love relationship. This can be a family member, a friend, or it could be even like a coworker. And if you are not dealing with any person really in any way right now, you can just take those cards as maybe some extra messages for yourself. So please check your sun, moon, and rising signs to get a more clear picture on your story. And please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go ahead and get started with Aquarius for the last half of September. Spirit, what messages do Aquarians need to know for the last half of September 2018? What messages do Aquarians need to know for the last part of September in 2018? What messages can help Aquarians during the last half of September 2018? So the first card that I have is the Two of Water. So you could be in some kind of an intimate relationship with somebody. The next card I have is the Four of Water. Okay, so a lot of water here, Aquarius. You could be dealing with a water sign, so a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or you could just like really be dealing with a lot of emotions right now. Now, I did have 2 cards that fell out of the deck, so I'm going to set them right here. Maybe they are extra messages for somebody. So the 3 cards that I got here are the Two of Water, which can be like a soulmate type of relationship that you are having with somebody. It's a very intimate, loving, nurturing, caring type of a relationship. And next to the Two of Water, I have the Four of Water. And in this deck, this Four of Water kind of reminds me of a person that is reflecting on some things. So it could be that the relationship that you are currently in right now is actually in some way kind of like forcing you in a way to reflect on maybe some things about yourself that you didn't quite realize, or maybe you were like in denial about like some things. Maybe there were some kind of like behaviors, like behavior patterns or something that you were doing and you did not recognize them, but something about this relationship that you have going on has kind of been showing you a few things and making you reflect kind of on like your past behavior, or maybe like, you know, a way of being. Like maybe you're really kind of thinking about healing some things and changing some things within yourself, because you are just kind of reflecting on the person you are and maybe some of the things that you have done. The green thing that's on his chest piece here does remind me of like the heart chakra. So you could really be experiencing like this relationship deepening to a really like soul level, like your heart chakra is expanding. This may not be something that you have experienced before. And maybe that's why you are kind of like reflecting on maybe like past relationships, or maybe this relationship is just kind of like bringing up some feelings that you have not really had before. So you're really like kind of taking a look at that. Next to that, I have the Three of Water. So the Three of Water here talks about like celebration. It's kind of like celebration of emotional things. So it's not like, you know, like party celebration. I don't really pick that up in this deck. Like sometimes it can be overindulgence, but in this deck I kind of pick up that this is like an emotional celebration. So you are emotionally happy. There is a reason to celebrate. And I'm kind of feeling like maybe some things that were holding you back before, you are kind of like freeing yourself. Like she has these like ties or ropes around her arms, and like all of this stuff is like kind of floating back behind her. So I feel like if there was like any kind of emotional like pain, or if you were like feeling emotionally distraught at some time, like those things are starting to kind of flow away, and you are like celebrating this like love or this relationship. I get that, you know, this relationship could be having you, you know, really think about some things that you might need to like change about yourself. But overall, it looks like it's really good from what I can see here. Now under the deck, I had the Six of Earth. So in this deck, the Six of Earth kind of makes me feel like somebody is feeling trapped in a situation, and this is like materially based. So for some reason this could be work, this could be a job of some kind. Like you are feeling like maybe you're like chained to work or a job because, you know, you need to be able to provide for yourself, and maybe you're trying to provide something like to this person that you're in a relationship with. But for some reason you're feeling like bound by this. Like maybe you're working too much. Or maybe you feel like you're not working for like enough money, and so like it's kind of keeping you like in this stuck feeling. This also could be, it doesn't have to be work, so it could be just like something that is materially based. So you could be feeling like trapped in a living situation. You could be you know, feeling trapped maybe because you don't have a vehicle. Maybe you can't get where you need to go. This could also be, for some, this could be feeling trapped, like if you were in a if you have like maybe some kind of like a contract or a commit, like if there's like a marriage or some kind of a partnership or contract that you were a part of, you may be trying to like break free from that because you are wanting to start experiencing this like new relationship, but like there's still some things that are making you feel bound in some way. And I do notice that this man has a locket around his neck that is like connected to these chains, and the key is hanging right underneath it. So he actually has the key to get himself unchained from this situation. And he also has like a hatchet here, you know what I mean? So I'm sure, you know, this guy could figure something out to get out of this. Like, you know, I feel like Aquarians are smart, and that, you know, you will be able to get yourself out of whatever this situation is that you're kind of feeling bound to in some way. Now, the cards that fell out was the Queen of Fire and the Five of Air. So what I see here is you could be dealing with a Queen of Fire. So this would be a Sag, Leo, or Aries female. And here with the Five of Air, I kind of see almost like the same thing that I had with the Four of Water. So this is kind of like reflecting on some things within yourself. Right here, this is kind of like removing the false mask, removing the facade, starting to really like be in your authenticity and become like who you truly are. So, and you might, you know, have had to go like through some kind of struggles for this to happen. Usually there's like circumstances that will take place that, you know, kind of force us to remove these masks, because, you know, at some point I don't even think that we realize we're wearing them. And then all of a sudden it's like things will take place and it's like, wow, you know, that's not even who I really am. So I feel like, you know, you could be dealing with a situation like this, and it could have something to do with somebody who is a Queen of Fire. Also, these dragonflies and butterflies are standing out to me a lot. So, you know, pay attention. You might be seeing a lot of dragonflies or butterflies. Somebody could have a dragonfly or a butterfly tattoo that, you know, is meaningful to you. So I'm going to pull a few cards for the person that you could be dealing with to see what is going on with them. Spirit, can I have a few cards for who Aquarians are dealing with here during the last half of September in 2018? Who are Aquarians dealing with? Okay, so the first card I have is the Ace of Water, so another water card. So this would be like the Ace of Cups in traditional tarot. What's Aquarius dealing with? Okay, and then we have Choice. And then we have the Youth. And underneath the deck, we have Body and Mind. So what I'm getting from this is that there definitely is like some unconditional love here. There is a lot of like emotion. Again, in this card, the heart stands out to me. So this is like really like a lot of heart chakra activation. So whatever is going on with this person, it's coming from like a place of emotion and a place of love. I do see here that this person may have a choice that they feel like they have to make. And this could be like a number of different things. This could be a choice between two people. This could be a choice. Actually, you know, here I see 3 doorways. So, maybe they have a few different options. Maybe they're going to college or something and they have 3 different places that they can choose from. Maybe some of these places are farther away and they may not, be able to see you as much. I'm going to pull a couple cards on this, but this is definitely like some kind of a choice that this person feels like they have to make. And I feel like it's kind of a hard choice because like there is a lot of like emotion involved in this. And then next to this, I have the youth card. Excuse me. So this person could have a child. Or they could be younger themselves. So like it's a possibility that there are like still some things that they would like to do within their life before they are in like this fully committed relationship, and maybe like that's the choice that they're having to make. Like what about all these things that they wanted to do before they grew up and got married and all, how that goes. Like, or maybe this person is thinking about possibly having children. This person could work with children in some way, and maybe that has something to do with the choice that they have to make. Maybe this has something to do with like a job, or what it is that they do in their daily life. So under the deck, we had body and mind. So it's almost like they have a head or heart decision that they have to make. And I am picking up here that it feels like a difficult decision in some way. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously I would think this in some way has something to do with Aquarius. It might not be directly, like it might not be like a third party situation or anything, but this could have something to do with like just like the life path that this person has or the direction that they're trying to go in life. Maybe they had certain things that they wanted to do prior to meeting you, like they had certain like goals and things set. And now that, they're in this relationship and it's obviously a very deep, emotional connection and bond, they're feeling like kind of like they have some choices to make now. And it is, it's a little bit hard and emotional for them. So I am going to clarify some of these cards to see if we can get some more information. I'm going to clarify the 6 of Earth that you had. Like, why are you feeling trapped? What are Aquarians feeling trapped by? Spirit, what are Aquarians feeling trapped by right now? Please give me a card to clarify the 6 of Earth. What are Aquarians feeling trapped by? I kept seeing this card as I was shuffling. Okay, so I have the 7 of Swords, the World card, and the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm feeling like, there may have been a situation in the past where Aquarians, either you or somebody around you did like maybe something kind of underhanded or shady. Maybe they were not completely honest about something. And this is like, I mean, I did talk about there being a possible marriage or contract of some sort and feeling like you were trapped in that situation. You still have not been able to break free from something like that. And you're wanting to because you have like a love for somebody, like, but you're feeling trapped. So this could have been like a third party situation at one time. Whether it still is or not, it could be, but I see that it's coming to an end here. Like that cycle is closing. If there are still 3 people involved in some way, shape, or form, I don't think that that's going to continue to be like that. I think that you are going to have like a new practical beginning, and this is going to go just with you and one other person. Also, I'm seeing here, because of the Ace of Pentacles, that, you know, there could have been something at the workplace or with work. Like maybe you had to leave a situation, or like, maybe there was like some kind of like theft or something going on at the workplace. And you know, you like there's like an ending or something that is that needs to take place, or has already taken place. I think that if it hasn't taken place, if there hasn't been already some kind of an ending to either a certain relationship, or like a work or job situation where there was like some kind of like sneaky behavior, or maybe somebody just kind of like taking off in some way, there's going to be like closure with that by the end of September. And then there's going to be like something new, something that is practical and new, that comes maybe like more towards the beginning of October. So it's almost like, you know, you're feeling trapped in a certain situation now, and you may have been feeling trapped in the first half of September. There could have been a situation that took place that had you feeling this way. But I see that, you know, even though you might have to do some like reflecting and go through a little bit of like stuff to kind of like close out this cycle, you are going to close this cycle by the end of September so that you can start something new. Okay, so I wanted to also clarify the choice card. What is this choice card about for who Aquarius is dealing with? Okay, so the Ace of Swords. Under the deck, I have Judgment. So the Ace of Swords is about like clarity, truth, communication. Maybe, you know, they are having a hard time communicating, or speaking the truth about whatever this choice is. Maybe they feel judged in a way, or they feel like they would be judging you in some way if they spoke the truth on something that has taken place within the relationship. I feel like somebody could be defensive in some way, and so it's like hard for them to like want to communicate. Maybe that's like the choice in itself, is just like kind of talking about something, about some kind of situation. But like, you know, somebody is like defensive and on guard, so it's making it really hard to have this conversation or communication. And it's kind of like, you know, making this person feel like they have to like make a choice here. Can I have a card to clarify the youth? Please clarify the youth card here for who Aquarius is dealing with. Okay, so the Knight of Cups. So, you know, this could be, you know, somebody that is offering up something emotional. And this person could be a little bit younger. I am picking up like an age thing. Like this person could be younger than you, Aquarius. And they are, like, there is a lot of water here. So there is like a lot of love and emotion attached to this. Yeah, I I feel like there's like maybe some other kind of situation going, like maybe they have a parent that is maybe like strict or expects them to do a certain thing, and you know, maybe that's causing some kind of like dilemma for them. Okay. So here I have the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is like giving and receiving equally, like feeling that maybe somebody is giving more, like they're giving and not getting exactly what they're giving out in return, like it's not exactly balanced and equal. And I am also picking up really strongly that this could have something to do with a parent-child type of a relationship. So either the person that you are dealing with is a parent and they are like having some kind of an issue with their child, and you know, maybe the court systems, like this, I even see like child support here, like they're not getting the money that they need from whoever the other parent is to, you know, help raise their child. And that might be causing some issues. But I'm also seeing that this person could be younger to you and that they could have a father figure who is kind of, or just a parent, it doesn't have to be a father, who is, you know, kind of like, you know, very protective. And so they are maybe not really liking some things about this relationship that you guys have going on here. And that is bringing up some issues. So I'm going to pull a couple of the Blessed Bee cards to see what other messages we have. What other messages do Aquarians need to know from now until the end of September 2018? Messages do Aquarians need to know? Okay, so a blessing on your day and a blessing from your ancestors. So what I'm getting from this is really to kind of try and stay in the here and now. You know, really focus on, you know, having gratitude and finding happiness within every single day. So not focusing too much on things that have taken place in the past, not dwelling on those things, and not being too caught up in what you think is going to happen in the future. This is like really, you know, having to be more consciously aware of the here and now so that you are finding some kind of joy and happiness within the current moment, and you're not focusing too much on things in the past and, you know, things in the future. I do see this is a number 5 card, so that could be a conflict that you're dealing with right now. You know, finding it hard to enjoy the present moment because, like, you're worrying too much about things that have taken place and then what might take place in the future. And then a blessing from your ancestors. So to me, this is kind of just symbolizing that, you know, you may have some kind of like ancestral like spirit guides that are around you at this time that are kind of helping to guide your way. You also could be like doing some research on like where it is that you came from. I'm also picking up here that, you know, with that whole child and parent thing that I picked up with the person you could be dealing with, that maybe there is like a custody issue or like paternity test or something like that, like somebody trying to figure out their roots a little bit. So that could have something to do, that could just be a specific message for one person. But I do kind of see like maybe, you know, maybe try and look into something that has to do with your ancestry. You know, look into like, you know, some things about like where you came from, like look a little bit deeper into you know, like certain things. Yeah, sometimes you'll be really surprised. You know, different kind of like cultures or you know, like things like that. Like, you know, sometimes we really have no idea like what that lineage really is. And you can get some pretty valuable information, like finding out more about like where you came from. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a Lightworker Oracle card. Hold on. Okay, what messages do Aquarians need to know for the last half of September 2018? What last messages do you want Aquarians to know for the last half of September 2018? Messages for Aquarius. Okay. These are the same two that fell out. All right, obviously those are the ones. Okay, so here I have paradigm shift and alchemical mutation. And then also I have Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge. And under that, Dark Night of the Soul and Karmic Clearing. So I have to say that all of these really kind of go together for me. Paradigm shift. Like things might really be like shifting in your life right now. And I kind of seen this here like with the reflection, cycles ending, you know, so things are really shifting right now for you, like almost like Mandela effect I'm getting, like you're not even like remembering things the same, or like you'll think that something happened and it's like different than you thought, is kind of what I'm picking up here. Alchemical mutation is like you know, kind of just growing spiritually. And sometimes when that happens, you know, we go through traumatic things, like things, you know, knock us down, because sometimes we have to reach the very bottom in order to kind of like get ourselves into the light and, you know, grow in the way that we need to. And that's like kind of what this Dark Night of the Soul is. You know, you may have just gone through this. I don't like really see it happening here in the last 2 weeks of September. Like maybe there is something that's like still lingering. But you could have experienced this in the first 2 weeks of September, like something that was like traumatic, that has kind of like changed things for you. And so now you're going through like this mutation and this paradigm shift, and you're having to deal with like this like karmic clearing. So closing the cycles, clearing out the karma. You know, not feeling like we're doing the clearing of all this karmic energy so that you won't be bound to it anymore. And then Ascension, the Rainbow Bridge, is, you know, after you kind of go through these like transformations and kind of like harder energies, you know, you're able to connect more on a spiritual level, and you gain more knowledge, you know, for yourself and for, you know, your spiritual growth and your mental and emotional growth. So, you know, I do see like, you know, there could be a lot of this going on, you know, through the last 2 weeks of September. You're going to be doing some of this clearing. I have a feeling that something took place in the first 2 weeks that is kind of stirring all this stuff up. So, Aquarius, I hope that these messages helped, and I will see you soon. Take care.